Good morning, guys. Happy Tuesday. I hope everyone on this video is doing well. I hope you've had a good start to the week, trading wise, and everything else in between, of course. As you guys can see, we have got the charts up. So this is your daily market outlook for the 11th of February. Yesterday, quite successful to be fair. Before I do start, I just want to give a huge shout out to David Chivers, who basically plugs into these sessions, gets the knowledge that he needs and he's implementing it on his own. I think he actually caught your Great British Pound, which is insane. So yeah, man, huge shout out to Dave. But let's get straight into this call, into this daily market outlook, and go over what is going on inside of the market. So as you guys obviously know, very slow week. Start to the week yesterday. No real big moves happening. As I mentioned on yesterday's daily market outlook, we do have quite a lot of news happening this week. Today, starting off with the US dollar, well, Great British Pound news at 1:15 p.m. And then you have 4 p.m. you have the US dollar news as well. So two red folder news, which means that obviously we can expect some movement in the markets, which obviously can be good and can be bad. And I want you guys to understand with trading when there's fundamental news, stuff that's happening with the economy of a certain country. When these big high impact news happen, I want you to ask yourself, like, if you could put in a percentage, or in fact, I'm going to ask you guys, and let me know in the comment section below. Do you think more people win or more people lose when they trade the news? So that is just a simple question. I want you guys to answer in the comment section below. With news events, do you think there's more people who participate that win and make money from trading, or is more people that lose and lose money with trading? Let me know in the comment section below. Please do that as well. And then obviously we'll answer that tomorrow. But yeah, as you can see, two big news events, two red folder news. So just got to keep an eye out on that. But let's have a look at where the market is currently at. So if we look at the daily, the 4 hour, you can see that the daily time frame, daily lower low, weekly and daily higher high. This is our daily change of trend here. You can obviously see that the market come up, as we always talk about, into this daily supply and this daily imbalance, and then we moved away from here. Now, if you guys remember, if you follow the trend that's happening from the dollar, you can see that we was in a clear upwards trend here. When we pulled back into this area of demand, if this was going to carry on, we'd expect it to carry on. Now, it didn't, and then we broke. So right now, we're in between this 4 hour lower high and this 4 hour lower low. So as you guys know, I want to see this 4 hour supply met. As a minimum, we are obviously past that 50% mark now of this range. So let me just have a look at this. As you guys can see, 50% mark is around this area. So as you guys know, your premium and discount. So when we're in the premium area, understand that, this can basically be sold off at any time. So do understand that. Of course, either if you're in a premium or discounted area, you can obviously be sold off at any time, or you can obviously go up at any time. So if it is above the 50% mark, just keep that in mind. We still have imbalance to fill, and we still have areas of supply that we need to fill. So as you guys can see, that is the 4 hour. But if you look at the 1 hour, you can see that we're in a clear upwards movement as we speak. So let's follow what we can see from a 1 hour perspective. If we just drop down, what can we see from a 1 hour perspective? Realistically, this should be here. So as of right now, there's nothing that is clean as we would like in regards to supply demand zone with imbalance. The only one that we can basically see is this where we're currently at right now. We've got this demand zone on the 1 hour and we have a tiny bit of imbalance, and this is where we're currently at right at this current moment. So as you guys can see, what I'd expect to see on the lower time frames is the same as always. Can we see a shift? Which that means that the market demand is in control, and we now have the 1 hour in alignment as well as the 15-minute, 5-minute. So that's what I've been looking for on the lower time frames out of this demand area. That is our main thought. Of course, if we do come lower into this demand area, I would just go off simply the last candle that caused this movement up. and see and wait for a move away from here. This last sell candle that was the last sell candle before all this movement happened. So we do break below this to see how we react from this area, and if we can see a 15-minute shift with a nice candle, then obviously that means that we can expect the dollar to go up. But as I said, this is the 1 hour demand that we are currently in as we speak. So from a dollar's perspective, this right now is obviously bullish. This is bullish. If you look at the 4 hour, I would like to see the market come into this area here. But then also understand that if you go to the daily, if we do turn around at this point, of course, we've got, this demand area that I would like to see met. So yeah, of course, we can, just carry on breaking from here. But again, I would like to just see that 4 hour supply area met before we do move away. But with news events, you guys know as much as me, anything can happen. Technicals, you can have the best strategy on the planet, technicals on lock, you can have your best trading plan on the planet, but when there's technicals and news events, big economic news, you just understand that you're out of control. Like, it doesn't matter how much you know about technicals, you are out of control. Okay, so GBP USD, you can see not much happened really yesterday. Of course, it was just slowly downtrending, nothing clear, nothing really nice. But you can see that, of course, if we look at this last week, we obviously come up on Friday, tapped into this imbalance that's just below this 4 hour supply. Of course, didn't mitigate the 4 hour supply, but we did come close enough and tap this imbalance, and then we started to now move away. So if we look at where the trend is right now from here. I like to see this, this level of, supply met, but we didn't get the deeper retrace. But if you go to the 4 hour, and let me just get rid of this, you can see that this large candle was our last buy candle before this movement down. And as you can see, this wick literally meets this supply zone. So we did get this 4 hour supply zone met. We just didn't get, if you look from here, you can see how it lines up. We just didn't get the supply zone that I would have liked to happen. So that is a 4 hour supply zone that we did meet, as you guys can see. We broke the 1 hour trend here, come back up into the supply, and then we've reacted down from here as well. Let me just get rid of that. Okay, back to the 1 hour. What can we see that's happening? Well, from a 1 hour perspective, you can see that we've got a clear downwards trend. You can see that we've got a clear downwards trend. Let me just get the arrows out. You can see that we're literally just creating lower lows, lower highs in this downwards trend. So of course, if you look, we are coming down, mitigating the area here. We've come back down. This has not mitigated the supply, but you can see it's on its way up. So I'd expect the market to just, if we're going to carry it on this 1 hour trend, to come and mitigate this 1 hour supply. We've got this little bit of imbalance here as well. So that is what I'd expect to see at the moment from a GBP USD perspective if we're going to carry on downwards in this trend. There's your 1 hour break currently. Okay, there we go. That is what I'd expect for GU. As you guys can see, that is pretty much it. If I go to the daily time frame, what is going on? Daily time frame, if the dollar is going to, if we look at the dollar and we expect the dollar to go down, then of course we expect the GBP USD to go up. But from a daily standpoint, you can see that everything is downtrending right now. We've got the daily downtrending, 4 hours downtrending, 1 hour's downtrending. That is all in alignment for GU to sell. But of course, this is why the market has been weird. And if you look at the daily time frame on US dollar, you can see that we are predominantly uptrending daily and weekly. It's just, of course, we've had a daily change of trend, but again, I think we can see that the movement from all of this leg is very bullish. And we just expect to see what can happen from here. The 4 hour is downtrending, so we just got to wait and see. Sometimes, sitting on your hands might be the best option when there's a news event anyway. So yeah, this is what I'm probably looking at. Can I see anything on the 4 hour to say that this market can go up? Well, of course, we tapped into this imbalance here. So yeah, we could potentially start moving away if the dollar does go down, because we did have this 4 hour supply area met. So if you look, this wick has tapped into this little bit of imbalance on the 4 hour. So that is, of course, what could happen. If you can see, let me mark this out. There we go. So yeah, keep an eye out on that. For GBP USD, Euro USD, you can see from a 4 hour standpoint, if you look at where we're currently at, you can see that, of course, we had this 4 hour supply area here, which we mitigated, took out the highs, and then we had this change of trend on the 1 hour. So if you guys remember, I talked about it yesterday. So we had this change of trend on the 1 hour, and then what happened? The market come up into this 4 hour supply and mitigated this area. Now, of course, then we moved below. Let me just change this now. This is our 4 hour lower high. Now, if you look at this, we had the 1 hour change again, and we've obviously got, sorry, no, we're still in this range. 1 second, let me move that back. We're still in this 4 hour range, sorry. But as you guys can see, if you look at this, we had the 1 hour change, 1 hour break structure from this 1 hour change of trend. We've had this movement down, and now currently right now, I give out this area yesterday on the 1 hour, and we have reacted from this 1 hour supply. We have got some imbalance above this area, which does really it just annoys me because I know what the institutions want to see. I know what they do. I know how they move the markets, and it just wouldn't surprise me if people in EU sells, and of course, let's say the news events pumps up, fills in this imbalance, and then decides to maybe dump from here. Of course, that is a potential that can happen. So just keep an eye out on that because we mitigated this area and we didn't break this low. So right now we're having some bullishness coming in. So just be very aware of that. And we do have this 4 hour supply area that we can come up into. Now, if we drop down to the 1 hour, if we drop down to the 1 hour, what can I see? Well, the 1 hour, us guys talked about yesterday, 1 hour lower high, 1 hour lower low. This is your 1 hour break of structure here. You can see that we've come up into this 1 hour supply and we've had a movement away from it. Obviously, it's not a massive, significant move. If you would have, took the sells yesterday and you had your stop above the high, you probably would have caught, yeah, a 1 to 2 would have been good enough. A 1 to 3, not quite. So as you guys can see right now, move it down, and then we've had this change of trend on the 15 minute. So if I drop down to the 15 minute or the 30 minute, what can we see? We can see they've got this level of demand, and you can see that in fact, the 30 minute might look a bit better. You can see that we're reacting out of this 50 minute of demand, 50 minute area of demand. The downtrend you can see was happening on the 15 minute here, lower low, lower high, lower low, and then we broke above. We broke above, come back down, and now we're having some bullishness. So does this mean that we can, see potentially this? Maybe, maybe not. So it's something that you've just got to make sure that you keep an eye on, of course. And this is why, like you guys know, with correlated pairs, if dollars going up, usually most likely 9 times out of 10 GUE were going down. Like that's how it works. That's how correlated pairs work against the dollar. But obviously with just everything that's going on with tax implementations that Trump is doing, it's kind of going mad, as us guys who trade the markets daily understand. But yeah, I'm not looking at anything in regards to Euro USD. I'm not going to come in and say this is my trade idea. This was the trade idea from yesterday. Sitting on my hands as well for this. Same with AUD USD. If you look at where we're currently at for AUD USD, you had the daily lower high, daily lower low. You can see that we had this 4 hour supply area met. This was a 1 hour change of trend. So if you look at the 1 hour, we had this 1 hour change of trend here, and then we've come up into this 15 minute supply. So remember, let me just show you this from a higher time frame. If you look at where we're currently at, right? So daily is bearish. If you look at the 4 hour, you can see that we've had that change of trend. If anything, that is a 4 hour higher high, sorry. I don't know why it says 1 hour, 4 hour higher high. And this is a 4 hour lower low. So you can see, but the 4 hour lower low has only really taken out these lows. It's not had a body finish below. So that's why it looks more as a 1 hour change of trend. But it still is a fractal break. So if we look at this right now, 1 hour. Okay. So as you guys can see, there was no clear 1 hour, nice clear 1 hour supply. We found a 15 minute supply, which yesterday we had some reaction from. And then as you guys can see right now, we've just had this bullishness, basically happen right this morning. So again, right now we're in this downtrend. So I still, from a higher time frame, expect the market to, carry on downwards if we, do see that. But with the news events coming up, let's see what can happen. Of course, we are currently reacting out of this demand area right now. You can see that this demand area with the imbalance here. So 1 hour demand area with the imbalance. We've got some imbalance here. I'll just mark this out. And this is where we're reacting from right now. So the only thing I'd wait for if we do go above, I wouldn't trade this anyway, just right now, is if we get that break above this high, and then you can look for a pullback to carry this onwards. But right now, we're trapped in between this supply and demand, but supply should be your predominant thoughts because of this trend that we're in. And that's just my thoughts, unless we get a break above. If it doesn't look clean, don't trade it, simple. NZUSD. It looks a little bit more nicer. As you guys can see, if you look yesterday, we given out, where the market was at. We had a pullback on Monday into this 15-minute supply candle. And as you guys can see, let's just drop quickly down to the 15-minute before we go to the higher time frames. So if you look, we give out this 15-minute candle, we had this trend up, and we can see that we had this 15-minute change of trend. 15-minute change of trend, we come back up, 15-minute mitigation, we broke this 15-minute again. Where did we come into? This last candle, last buy candle, into this 15-minute supply, and then we melted away. So as of right now, these would have all been very clean trades. If, let's say, you don't take this one, but in fact, let's just do it anyway. Let's say you take this one, you put it high a little bit more at the top, you leave some wiggle room, let's say. Of course, that would have been a 1 to 6 almost if you would have held it. If you would have held it just down to the 1 hour low here, it'd be about a 1 to 5. And of course, if you look, let's say you traded the second position as well, which would have been here, and you put your stop above the high. Same scenario, gone for the low, it would have been a 1 to 5, almost 1 to 5.4, which is nice. But again, I'm not going to come in and say I traded these. I didn't trade these yesterday, just because the major pairs are just disgusting at the moment. That is the only reason. I do not trust the major pairs right now. Just me being honest, I do not trust them. I trust OJ Simpson more than these major pairs. Let me tell you that for sure. So as you guys can see, we've had this 1 hour, obviously change of trend, well, break of structure, should I say. 1 hour break of structure. We've got this 1 hour lower high, as I've marked out, 1 hour lower low. So right now we've got this 1 hour supply candle with a fresh imbalance. It's both fresh areas. This is where the imbalance was. And you can see we filled that in as well. So I'm just mark this imbalance. Not that you need to know because it has been filled in, and we're now currently reacting away from this. So this 1 hour supply area is my predominant thoughts. If I drop down to the 15-minute, let's look at the trend. So look at the trend on the 15-minute, you can clearly see that we've been in an uptrend, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Right now, 15-minute is still in control. So let me just mark this out. 15-minute is still in control. Demand is still in control from a lower time frame. So we're in this whole level of demand here. It's probably a cleaner area of demand on the, let's say this is the whole 50-minute, but this is your smaller time frame demand area. But let's just go with what we can see. This is your 15-minute demand area. So as you guys know, we need to be in alignment. So in order for the 1 hour to carry on downwards, what do we want to see? Well, what we want to see is we want to see this level broke as a first confirmation. So if we get this level broke, that's confirmation number 1, 15-minute change of trend. You then look to sell. And then if you get the second confirmation, which is even more confidence, which is another breakage structure on the 15-minute, you should be 110% looking to sell this downwards. You should be looking at selling this downwards. If you can get, like I just said, change of trend, 15-minute, 15-minute break. This is more risky because if you get a change of trend, you could just be mitigating this and taking this low, and we could just carry on upwards. But again, you just got to play what you see. It's still valid for a sell area. But if you want extra confirmation, wait for a change of trend and then a break, another break of structure, and then you should be 100% confident in selling this down. But as of right now, ooh, you can see that we expect the market to just carry on upwards from here. Carry on upwards from here, unless otherwise you just got to play what you see. So that is NZ. Let's just quickly go to the 4 hour because I don't think. As you guys can see, daily higher high, but this is our daily change of trend. We've got a daily lower low. We come back up, mitigate this 4 hour supply, took out this high, and then this is where we had that 1 hour change of trend. Now understand that we have this 4 hour range from this 4 hour higher low to 4 hour higher high. So I would like to see if we can get them moving away from here into this area, and then it's going to be interesting to see if we can see a shift to carry on upwards. But predominant 1 hour sells, 4 hour buys. So yeah, hopefully you guys can see that as well. Keep an eye out on NZ. That's probably the best looking one. If you guys, of course, want to. USD CAD, oh my God, this pair. It is disgusting. Honestly, I feel cringy even talk about this pair. Because I ain't gonna trade it just to be real with you guys. But yeah, it is what it is. So let's just mark this out. I love USD CAD when it's moving nice as well. I'm not gonna lie, it's a beautiful pair to trade when it's nice, but when it's moving as it's moving, disgusting. So as you can see yesterday, let's look at this whole area. Like, look at this whole area. It is, I don't know, man. It's just disgusting. We do have this 4 hour low high, 4 hour low low. We have this supply area that I would still like to be met if it wants to, of course. You got to understand that the Canadian dollar and the US dollar are in a trade war with each other right now. They are, the US dollar's basically trying to tax the Canadian dollar heavy, putting a lot of tariffs on the Canadian dollar, which obviously has an impact on the Canadian dollar as well as the US dollar. So this is why this pair is just being disgusting. If you look at the 1 hour, I think I said yesterday, if you look at the 1 hour, you can see that we had 1 hour break of structure and then a 1 hour break change of trend, 1 hour break of structure here. We had a nice movement away from this 4 hour supply demand. I would like to see personally this 1 hour demand area met. In order for this to move on upwards, that's what I'd like to see. I would like to see away from here and then carry this trend upwards. That's what I would like. A change of trend of 15 minutes from this 1 hour demand and then look to participate if I wanted to. But as of right now, we're in this 15-minute area. We've got a 15-minute here. I don't know if we've got this. Yeah, 15-minute lower high and this 15-minute lower low. I'll just mark this out, 15-minute lower low. So again, 1 hour is bullish, 15 minutes is bearish. So what I'd expect to see is if we can get a reaction from this supply to carry on downwards, and then I would want to see how we react from here, like I just mentioned. But as of right now, 15-minute supply is in control. So let's look at the 15-minute. You can see, even though it's disgusting, 15-minute range, we've come up, we're basically consolidating. If anything, I would wait for something like that to just take out these lows and then look to participate. But yeah, USD CAD is USD CAD. But as you guys can see, this is what I have got for USD CAD today. USD CHF, another just disgusting pair at the moment. As you can tell, guys, I'm disgusted by these pairs. But yeah, let's look at what's going on. So daily, higher high, daily lower low. We had this change of trend on the daily here. Of course, we come into the extreme part of the daily supply, and then we melted away. We had this 4 hour change of trend. So for me, if you look at this 4 hour trend here, was very bullish. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Then this area here was mitigating this area. If we wanted to carry on, that's where we would have. We then obviously broke. We broke and we've had this big break here. So we've got our 4 hour lower high, 4 hour lower low. So right now, yes, we're out of this demand, but my predominant thoughts is daily selling, 4 hour selling. So look at a 4 hour, what can we see? Well, we've got this fresh 4 hour supply, which we're in right now. That's obviously from a 4 hour standpoint. We go to the 1 hour, we are bullish. So 1 hour is still bullish, which means that 1 hour is priority because you can see 1 hour higher low, 1 hour higher high. The only thing I would wait for with USD CHF, and maybe news is going to do it, a break, and then that would give us confidence in then looking to sell this downwards. Other than that, I'm not interested in most of these major pairs. As you can see, 1 hour is bullish and the 15-minute is bullish as well right now. So demand is in control. Make sure that you guys know that before you participate in trying to look for sales. You have to see an alignment if you want to obviously trade that away. Okay, that is it for the majors. That is it for today with the majors. Let's have a look at some of the cross pairs. I'm just going to flick through. I'm not going to analyze it fully. Cross pairs have been my favorite so far this week, of course. Pardon me. And we are just liking the cross pairs, to be fair. Let's have a look from a higher time frame perspective. The yellow ones, I think, are the ones that I've obviously got as areas that I'm looking out for. So yesterday, I think I give this area out. Yeah, Monday yesterday, we had a 4 hour supply on CHF JPY and this 1 hour supply. You can see that this 1 hour supply was perfectly met. Beautiful sell off. We've now had this 1 hour change of trend. As you guys can see, beautiful trade that I caught yesterday. That we broken this. If I look from, let me just see a 4 hour. Let me look from a 2 hour. We've still got imbalance to fill. So I would possibly like to see the market retrace to fill in that imbalance into around this area. That would be my 1 hour supply into around this area. And then of course, as always, if we can see this, then I would look to participate in that. Yesterday, if you guys remember, I sent it into my Telegram, so hopefully you guys got it. It was more of a 15-minute change of trend that we got from this 1 hour supply. You can see we had this 15-minute come up, we started to change the trend, and this is why I participated in selling this downwards yesterday. Check my Telegram if you guys want to look at the trade from CHF JPY and why I took it. It's in there. The link is in the bio. Okay, so yeah, that's what I'd expect. Of course, we've got our range, so I just expect to see potentially this and then carry on downwards. Other than that, if it breaks, then obviously we can look for buys. But right now, sells is in control. CAD JPY, bit ugly, if I'm honest. Like if you look at the trend that's happened, you got daily lower high, daily lower low. As you guys can see, we are just looking like that is disgusting, man. This whole area is horrible. This whole area, like that is 4 hour candles. So yeah, I don't know, man. We're in this 1 hour supply. We're in this 1 hour supply. I ain't gonna talk about CAD JPY because that is disgusting until we move out. Okay, this is interesting from yesterday, Euro AUD. Look how clean and just easy. Easy. It's literally sell, 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 sell. Sell. Like supply and demand is no joke. Supply and demand is no joke at all. I don't just teach some my malam is some bullshit. I teach legit stuff that you cannot fake on these live, market outlooks. You cannot fake this sort of stuff. I cannot come onto here and fake this sort of stuff. And this industry is full of fakeness, and full of people who are marketers and not traders. So 4 hour supply has been met. We've obviously have this as our new 4 hour supply, more of a 1 hour, but let's just mark it out with this anyway. And we're in this level of supply area right now. So in this level of 4 hour supply area. So as you guys can see, in fact, let me just quickly go to the 4. No, so it's more of a 1 hour supply, more of a 1 hour supply area. So if we was to carry on downwards, of course, that is where I'd expect the market to move downwards. Now let me just look at a higher time frame and see if, yeah, nothing really there. Let's see the weekly. No, I would like to see CAD JPY come into this weekly imbalance area around here. This is where I would like to see CAD JPY come into. Just to rebalance the market. So we've still got some movement down in order for this to carry on selling. So yeah, that is what I'd like to see. As from right now, I need to see a shift in the markets from here to carry this trend on downwards. Keep an eye on that. Euro CHF. Ooh, what's going on? Euro CHF. Let's see what she's doing. Okay. So Euro CHF, you can look from a higher time frame. We had the daily lower, higher low, daily higher high. This is our 4 hour demand area, and we're taking liquidity, filled in imbalance. We didn't tap into this demand, but we did move away. And we had this 4 hour change of trend. So it was in the 4 hour downtrend, and then we had this 4 hour break. And as you guys can see yesterday, I give out this 4 hour demand area. If we just look at where we're currently at, we react out this 4 hour demand. It'll be a lower demand area as well, taking out these lows here. And now we're moving away. I've been waiting for a shift from this area because we had a 1 hour break, which wasn't the nicest. I wanted to tap into the 15-minute supply, which we didn't get the full 50-minute supply, but it's still filled in this imbalance as well, which is amazing. As you guys can see, filled in this imbalance above the 50, above the demand. I keep saying supply, demand, and now we're moving away. So let me just look from a 1 hour perspective. Yeah, this is looking good, man. Obviously, I know it's still got 50 odd minutes, but we moved away from here. That is a fractal break. So let me just quickly look at the 4 hour. Okay, so from a 4 hour perspective, we've got 50 minutes. I would like to see the candle just finish above, like if we can stay above this range on the 4, that would be amazing. That would give me so much more confidence. I would then like to see if we can get a pullback into this 4 hour demand area. That's what I would like to see from a 4 hour standpoint. Now, if we go to the 1 hour, of course, 1 hour we have this level area of demand, which we can react out of. And then we have this level area of demand as well, which we can react out of. So again, all it's going to be down to is waiting to see how the market reacts from these areas. It's annoying when it's not as clean as we'd like, but understand that, yes, we can just, look to carry on here. Or also understand that we can use this as liquidity, fill in this imbalance, and also then carry this trend on upwards from here. But yeah, Euro CHF is looking pretty nice. Hopefully you guys can get on marking that as well. Let's look at Euro CAD from a higher time frame. Okay, so Euro CAD, we're in this daily demand, but let's forget about that for now because the 4 hour structure is bearish. 4 hour is bearish. So in order for us to carry this trend on, of course, we need to see this. To then know that we need to buy this upwards. But as of right now, this is my 4 hour supply, which you haven't mitigated. The only thing that I would look to understand is, let's look at the daily time frame first. So look, the daily time frame, if you look at this, we have daily higher low, daily higher high. Now we haven't broke this, so predominantly this 4 hour area is going to be very important, very, very important here, and to see we're going to sell away from. But if we do break above, then of course that would give us a confidence because the daily is bullish. So yeah, let's see what happens. But this is my 4 hour supply. We have reacted from here, just to be real, we have reacted out of this area of supply here, as you guys can see. So another way that you can look, if we're in this daily supply and you're a little bit more riskier, you can maybe potentially look, if we break above this high here, looking at buying this up into here and then seeing how we react from here. Because let's say we sell from here, you can go break even on this, or you can just take a loss and hold the sells. Or if you don't see any entry and you're in the buy and we just carry on upwards, then you're in the buy, which is obviously amazing. But yeah, keep an eye on that. I'm going to mark this area out here because we are in this daily demand and this 4 hour candle is here. As you can see, that is my 4 hour demand area. So be interesting to see what is going to happen from this area, because like I said, we did pull back into this little cross candle here, and we did react, but we failed to break this low. So be interested to see if we can break, and then we've got to make a decision if we want to participate or not. Euro NZ. So Euro NZ, you can see that from a obviously downwards 4 hour standpoint, you can see that we're in this downwards trend. But I think I mentioned to you guys yesterday, if we go, let me just cut this in half, this trend, you can see that clear downwards trend. Now, of course, what I said to you guys yesterday is, if you look at this structure from a structure standpoint, let's just start from here. You can see that we created lower high, we failed to create a lower low, we then was messing around, and then we had a break. That was a 4 hour change of trend. We're now in this demand area. So I could potentially see this maybe carrying on upwards. Also understand But if I just let me just go to the 4, with this trend happening, this is just all trend line liquidity. If I just drop down to the 1, actually, it might be a bit easier. You can see that this is all just trend line liquidity. So for me, that is just money that we could potentially come and attack. Just understand that, because if you look, we come down, so we reacted, come down, almost tapped, reacted, almost tapped, almost reacted. So yeah, I would just wait and see. If there's two ways you can do this. You can play this on the lower time frame right now. So if you look at the lower time frame, you can see that we've met this demand area. The 15-minute was downtrending. We've had a break of this 15-minute. So you can look at this and go, okay, 15-minute is now 15-minute is now broke. So I would like to see a pullback into this area, 1 hour demand area, to buy this upwards. So this is my first thoughts would be to carry on upwards from this demand area, imbalance above here as well. Or you can be more reserved and you can wait for this 4 hour to obviously break. If we break this 4 hours, so let's say this does what we want it to do. So let's say, for instance, we get this, but you guys don't participate. I'm doing it wrong. So let's say, let's keep it simple. Let's say we get this and you don't participate in this, that's fine, because you know that once we break a higher high on the 4 or break a lower low on the downtrend, we expect to pull back to then go and trade this onwards. So the opportunities are still there, even if we don't get this, this trade, or if you guys don't take this trade. Euro, Great British Pound, beautiful yesterday, man. 3 entries as from yesterday. And guess what? I missed this entry. You see, we had this break above here, and then we come down and we tapped into this. Was the first entry that I missed. So I missed this first entry, which has done like a 1 to 4. So I missed this one. Then this is the trade that I entered. This first one, you can see we had. Let me just get rid of this. You can see that this was the 15-minute break. We've come down, missed this one. We broke again. We tapped into this. You can see tapped in, and then we started to move away. But I had a break even on that. So I had a break even on this. I had a break even on this trade, and then obviously now we broke above. Sorry about that, guys. My laptop actually died midway through doing this, so I pray to God that I'm able to upload this video and that I don't have to remake it. But yeah, let's wish. But as I was saying in regards to Euro, Great British Pound, then we have obviously another break above here. Markets pulled back, and then we've had this movement. So this was another position yesterday. Obviously this activated late last night, 11 p.m. last night, but we have this moving away. Currently right now, let me just get rid of this, it's just noise. Currently right now, if you look at the where we're at from here, this is my new 1 hour higher low. This is my new 1 hour higher high here. So with that being said, where are we currently at right as we speak? Well, we're currently in this consolidation stage right now. So if you look at a 4 hour standpoint, you'll be able to see that it's not really as nice. But if you look at the 1 hour, we are reacting out of this level of all this consolidation stage here, this 1 hour demand area. Now you're probably wondering, and you probably just noticed, why do I have this line here? The reason I have this line is because this was going to be an issue for me when I was in this trade. Because if we look at it from a 4 hour standpoint, you can see that we have imbalance here, and this was a valid supply 4 hour supply area. And as you guys can see, we're in this area and we're having a reaction from this area now. So again, the reason that this line was here is because I knew that when I was in this trade, this was going to be an issue area. So it'll be interesting right now to see how we react from this 1 hour trend. It's going to be very, very interesting because, of course, we can either carry this trend on upwards, and if we do break, that'll be amazing, of course, or we can do the complete opposite and we can obviously react downwards, and obviously just carry on selling from this 4 hour supply area, because it is a valid 4 hour supply. So keep an eye One thing I want you guys to be confident with though, if you could break this high, and if you're still in this trading, you can break this high as well. So let's say that you get, let's say you guys are patient and let's say it breaks above these highs, you guys are in for a treat because I then expect the market to go and break this 4 hour higher high. Just my thoughts. I'm not saying it's going to happen 110%. But again, that's what I've been looking at anyway, because this is the last 4 hour supply area. But yeah, keep an eye on that area, keep an eye on where we're currently at in this 1 hour demand for Euro Great British Pound. I'm going to flick through the rest because I don't want this to be extra long. As you guys can see, we've obviously had a large movement away from here this morning. This supply zone has been mitigated. We've come into and broke through. We've come back into the deepest part of this supply zone here. So as you guys can see, this was my entry for this that I missed. On Monday, I was expecting the market to basically come back, react either from this supply that I had here or the supply of where we're currently at right now. So this area here. And as you guys can see, we're in this supply. Let me get rid of this, it's noisy. We're in this supply, we're taking out the high. So could we potentially see this react away from here? So if, let's say we took out the high, let's say we get a shift, then you can look to then trade this downwards. But as of right now, I'm not looking to trade this, thankfully, because obviously the market is moving in a bullish way on Great British Pound CHF. But interesting to see how we react. Then we've got the last one, which is NZCHF. So NZCHF, right? Okay. So look at this. 4 hour. 4 hour, as you guys can see, we had this supply area. We've come up, we've wicked above, taking out the high, and then we moved away. From a 1 hour, we didn't quite get a full-on change of 1 hour trend, but you can still we see that we did wick it from here. Now, my first thoughts are we're reacting from this level of supply area right now, this 1 hour supply area, which had a little bit of imbalance. Could we see a 15-minute change of trend? And let's say you get a 15-minute change of trend and you can, buy this, sell this downwards. Our next issue would be this area of demand. So just keep that in mind. This is an area because it's very choppy and it is bullish as you can see overall. But we could potentially sell from here, obviously if it makes sense. But if you do look for a smaller time frame sell on here, just make sure that you guys understand that this is our issue area, which we could then potentially carry on upwards. From here, bullishness. So just keep an eye out on that if so. But other than that, guys, that is our daily market outlook for today. Make sure that you guys are obviously, we're broken this 1 hour demand. But make sure that you guys are obviously very, very, very cautious of everything. You can see that everything's moving already. We've got the first news for Fed, Fed Powell is obviously 4 p.m. So just be very careful. I think we just had the Great British Pound news, right? No, or was it later today? Or 1:15 today. But yeah, just be very careful, very cautious, and also understand that the markets are going to do what the markets are going to do. Just be very careful in regards to that. But other than that, I hope you all have a amazing rest of your day. Be patient, traders, obviously. Don't rush into anything. It's not about trading, it's about making money. And that's something that experience will teach you. If you are if you just want to trade and you're trying to get in trades, that is not how a professional looks at the market. A professional looks at the market as I'm making money. I'm not just getting in anything for the sake of it. You wouldn't invest your money. You wouldn't go to the bookies. If you're from the UK, you wouldn't go to the bookies and literally just press buy and sell on any random thing because you just want to be in a bet. You are tactically understanding why should you get in this bet. And it's the same thing with trading. I'm not saying it's betting, of course, but it's the same thing as trading. You want to make sure that you are obviously, you know, you're obviously having your analysis and you're doing everything else in between. But other than that, guys, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Let me know the comment section below how you are getting on as well. And yeah, man, take care and God bless.